8 after 12 a.m. Well, Barbara and I both said 32, and of course our foreign correspondent in England says 33. I think he wins today, which is rather amusing, actually. It is Tuesday, the 4th of February, and believe me, you're going to love this. But first of all, let me do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and believe me, you're going to love today. First of all, got to say hi to everybody on Facebook Live this morning. Nice to have everybody joining us, and believe me, fantastic show. We're heading over to Quebec, Canada today. We're catching up with a young lady by the name of Pamela Rooney. Now, got to be honest with you, love her work, and as an engineer myself for 40-something years, not often you find somebody that absolutely stands out. I'm loving this one, I really am. So, let's kick it off, let's get it on, let's bring it on, right here at Galaxy. Oh gosh, it's hot in here.
34.
34 degrees, 35 degrees now.
You get 12 from.
That's 75 Fahrenheit. For those on the other side of the world.
Wow, it's quite warm, isn't it?
Nice. We have a snowstorm over here.
I'm sorry?
We have a snowstorm right now going on over here.
Look, honestly, it doesn't matter what the temperature is. New Zealanders are only happy three days either side of summer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
So
look,
you're pretty much like us. You can tolerate the cold.
no. No. Look, honestly, I went to university in a place called Dunedin, which is right down the bottom of New Zealand, closest city to the pole, okay?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I spent 5 years in that hellhole. That's why we're in the beautiful Bay of Plenty now, because it does get very, very summery up here. And
Oh, yeah.
some places in the South Island are still snowing. So,
Oh, really?
no, you can have that stuff. You can, we don't like
It's
it.
cold here today. It's really cold. It's not fun.
Yeah, no, you can keep it, absolutely. And enjoy.
I'll go make snow angels after.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Jay Coe is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Jay. Sammy Silvia. Hello, Sammy. Nice to have you with us as well. And believe me, great show today. Really is. Sean Simpson is joining us. Hello, sweetheart. Nice to have you back as well. And believe me, today, gosh, I've been looking forward to this one actually, because this is the only gas interview we're doing for the whole week, which is really weird because on Thursday this week we have a public holiday. Yes, it's Waitangi Day, or if you want me to translate that, that's New Zealand Day. So no interviews, literally. So today we're very, very special. We've got Pamela Rooney in the house, and this is fun. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today, let me get this microphone right, today we're talking to Pamela Rooney, and she reckons bring it on. Come on, bring it on, baby. Hello, Pamela, welcome to Galaxy.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. This is so fun.
It is an absolute pleasure, and believe me, I've been playing your music for a minute now, and I'm absolutely loving all your work. Just got to do something. Just turn this up just a little bit so that everybody else can hear Pamela as well, and try and equalise everything there. Thank you, guys. Today, of course, we're in Quebec. Don't know whether it's French Quebec or just Quebec, but we're definitely in Quebec on a very cold day too, by the way, so I've been told. So relish that. We're in the hot summer and loving it. Of course, last year we had 90 days of rain and 90 nights of rain. You know, in the Bible it says after 40 days some dude built a boat. Well, last year I saw a kayak. That's about it. Really, didn't see too much of a boat. Pamela, it's an absolute pleasure to have you, and let's kick the show off. You've been singing since the age of 4.
Yes, it's a long time I've been singing. At 4 years old, I performed for the first time. Well, I'm Irish, and in our town, it's not an Irish town, we're in Quebec, but since we're an Irish town, we always kept our, heritage going of St. Patrick's Day. So I was 4 years old, and my mom and dad both played music. So my mom played guitar for me, and I sang the song Sentimental Old You by Charlie McLean at 4 years old, and I got a standing ovation from my hometown, and that is the day, and I can remember it as if it was yesterday. That was the day that I decided I want to be a singer. At 4 years old, I decided that, and I've never changed my career. I've been a singer since that. So, yeah, long time.
You know, I absolutely love that. I really, really do. Being an engineer myself and a DJ, I started at 5. I was a late bloomer. At 5 years of age, putting a couple of stereos together and figuring it out. I think Dad hated the idea. You see, he wanted me to be an explosives expert, much like him, blow stuff up. Mum sort of looked at the other side of it and said, I get it. You know what I mean? So it's all her fault, really. It is. So, Pamela, we opened up the show with Bring It On. Tell me all about this track.
Oh boy. Okay, I'll tell you. Like it's not often I talk about my life and all that there, but the reason why I wrote that song, I was an abused woman. The father of my son had abused me physically, sexually, mentally over the years, and having a child with this man, it was very, very hard to get out. Once I got out, I would sit there and talk to other women that was abused and stuff like that to try and help them through all this. And to me, it wasn't enough, because there's so much abuse, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, whether it's a child, there's so much going on. So the only way that I can get it out of my body of always feeling like I was never good enough and stuff like that, well, I wrote a song, Bring It On. It'll never happen again because, I got tougher over the years, and I worked my mind and to say it's not me the problem, and so I came up with the song Bring It On to try and help others. If they're in that kind of a situation, they're not alone, they can get out of it, and bring it on one more time, baby. That's what I say. It ain't going to happen no more. So that's where that song came from, being weak at the time because I thought I was, until I wrote the song, and then it gave me so much power in my mind to say, you know what, you got through this. 7 years of abuse, you got through this, and continue the journey, and today I am happier and it was my music that got me where I am. So Bring It On was a powerful song for many people, and I hope it continues to be powerful enough to show them that, you don't have to stay there because you're obliged, you have children or whatever it may be. Life goes on, and so that's where that song Bring It On came from, to try and help others.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Pamela. Since we've been playing it, so far you're way up there at 1,812 requests for it, and believe me, there's a lot of people out there identifying with it. Not knowing the backstory, I've got to be honest, I play that in my car.
Oh, yeah.
Now, believe me, I hear music every day. I really do.
Yeah.
I speak to artists every day. Not often that I update my playlist in my car, literally, and I have actually a couple of Pamela Rooney tracks in my car. One of them was...
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Well, one of them literally is Tonight the Bottle Let Me Down, but we're going to talk about that one a little later on. Okay? First of all, though, I do have a young lady coming out of Toronto. Her name is Arnie, and she's saying, Pamela, as a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you an Xer? Are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
Like, if anybody wants to talk to me, you can write me on Facebook. I'm on there, private message. I've been speaking to a lot of people, and believe it or not, I write back to each and every one of my fans. Whether it takes me a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I write everybody back. So they can write me on Facebook, my email, Pamela_Rooney@hotmail.com. Don't be shy, because, I mean, life is too short to feel bad inside. And if they need help, I'm there.
Fair enough. And, well, I tell you what, now you're going to be so busy. Honestly, there's not going to be enough days or enough skin on your thumbs after that. Believe me, people around the world are just going to be getting in touch with Pamela Rooney. Quebec, check her out. Yeah, go and check her out.
Quebec. I am not a French Quebecer. I'm pure English Quebecer.
And bless you with that one as well. Literally. Now, having said that, I do have a young man coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. His name is Douglas, and he's asking, do you have a merch store? How do I get a cap, a t-shirt, a koozie? How do I buy Pamela Rooney product?
Pamela Rooney don't have the merch store yet, but I have my brand new website that was just created, about a month ago. And like I said, like being an independent artist is really hard. I work 7 days a week. I work at a menor with elderly people. It's a place that has like a retirement home is what I'm trying to say. So working with that and working with my music, I'm kind of like stalled on time to get everything done. But now I have my sister who wants to help. So I have no merch right now, but by this summer I will have merch. I'll have t-shirts, I'll have all kinds of fun things. So if anybody wants any of it at the time when you see it, just write me. I send everything by mail. It's not a problem. I have CDs that people can purchase. I just started making USB keys with every one of my songs until today. There will be 34 songs on the USB key, so they can contact me if they want that as well. But yes, there'll be a lot of merch coming in very soon by this summer, because I'm so booked this year all over the world that I got to get that out. Yeah, I'm a little slow. I am blonde, so people just have a little bit of patience. But it's coming.
Pamela, that's really, really cool. And I tell you what, maybe, just maybe, you'll keep me in the back of your mind, because really, I would be very, very honoured to wear a Pamela Rooney brand while I'm doing this.
I guarantee you're getting one. You're each getting one for sure.
Very, very cool. Today I'm wearing Terry Van Cannon too, by the way. Of course, he's coming out of North Carolina as well, though. Well, there you go, right? Got to say hi. Oh, gosh, the boss is watching. Got to say hi to the boss, I suppose. Not enough's in there. Michael Zdanowitz, coming from Galaxy Class Entertainments in Orlando, Florida. He's on board. Franco Nanucci is joining us as well. Nice to have you on board, Franco. It really, really is. And today we're talking to Pamela Rooney. I'm a big fan, but I've got to ask, really, Love Me Out of Leaving You. Really? Tell me about this.
Love Me Out of Leaving You. That song is written by Kurt Ryle. Kurt Ryle is my studio in Nashville at Clarkson. Hold on, I'm getting the bug here. Anyway, my studio in Nashville, it was Kurt Ryle who had written that song. And he told me, he said, Pam, he said, wait a second. He said, I got some songs I'm going to send you. And like I said, so busy, I don't even have time to write or anything right now. But he sent me over some songs. And the first song that I clicked on was that song. And I told him I didn't even have a chance to listen to it. And I said, listen, Kurt, this is so me. I love the traditional sound, like kind of a mixture of America, Ireland, me. It's me in and out. So I said, do you mind if I done that song? But I said, we have to speed it up a little bit and put a little bit of more of me into the song, because I'm kind of like, they call me the female Dwight Yoakam on stage. I play guitar, and it's just like, gotta move all the time. So I said, don't give me a crime song. I want something fast. So he sent me this song, and I went to Nashville. Now, I arrived in Nashville the Saturday night. From Quebec, it's a 19-hour drive, so I drove up there. I slept Saturday night, woke up real nice and early the next morning, go to the studio at Clarksville Studio, and I fell down the stairs and I broke my ankle by myself, and I had 19 hours to drive back and get to the studio at this time. So, broke the ankle, jumped up, walked on the ankle that I shouldn't have, but I put my bone back in place, which was a good thing. I went back to the studio, hopping in on one foot, and Kurt's like, what happened? Just fell downstairs, broke the ankle. He said, are you sure? Like, yeah. So it was black and blue and everything. Anyway, went in there, I recorded that song 45 minutes after I broke my ankle, and then I got in my car, and I drove back to Quebec the same night with the ankle broken. So that song there is worth every minute of recording. So, yeah, I always have a story to tell on that one, but that's one of my favorites, Love Me to Leaving You Tonight. It's a really nice song.
Absolutely fantastic. Joining us live is Pamela Rooney, Love Me and Leaving You, here at Galaxy. It's fantastic. Pamela, I thought I did some weird stuff, but that's fantastic. Well done. Love
If
it.
you only knew. They called it a clown over here in the firecracker on stage. I just love having fun. That's all I am. It's just like a clown. I just love having fun.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
She needs to hook up with one ugly.
I'm sorry?
She needs to hook up with one ugly.
She needs to hook
But
up
Jane,
with
you
one
already
ugly.
Jane on really well.
Yeah,
They might
there's a
know.
good call actually, Barbara. Absolutely.
They might know
Jane
each other.
Sell, yeah, absolutely. Have you ever heard of a band called One Ugly Cowboy?
Yeah, they're from Canada as well, One Ugly Cowboy.
They're very close friends of ours.
Really? They were supposed to be up at the Texas Sounds where I go and do my awards and all that there in Texas Sounds. They were supposed to be there last year. They couldn't make it. Something had happened, I think.
Yeah, I think.
I never met, but I know they're Canadian and really like to meet them. They're very good.
I tell you what, I'll get Barbara to introduce you. Jane is a wonderful woman, and
Nice.
Richard is a brilliant, brilliant man in his own right, brilliant artist, and a great engineer as well. So, and coming
Really?
from one engineer to another, you know,
Nah,
I give
that'd be cool.
this guy an A class. I really do. And
They're really good. I heard them. I heard their music and stuff. They're really on fire on stage. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. You're familiar with Lazy Indie Magazine, aren't you?
With what?
Lazy Indie Magazine.
Yes.
You are, I know. I know you are. Guess what?
What?
They're our partners.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay is our business partner, literally. We actually have a business interest about to start in India over the next couple of months.
You know a lot of people.
Oh,
I moved there with you.
we know a lot of people, literally, we do. We've been with Jay since, I think, issue 5. It's been, you know, quite a number of years that we've had a working relationship, and we went over
53.
about, 15 months ago, and hosted a show over there for Jay, which transpired that we weren't actually, that was just a sideline thing.
Okay.
The real reason was he wanted a round table with me and some other business dignitaries around the place about building radio stations in India. So that's what we're doing.
Hi.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to talk to you more about that because I would like to ask your permission to play your music on those radio stations as well, if that's okay.
Anytime. You do what you got to do. Don't worry about me.
That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Pamela Rooney, and believe me, I'm absolutely loving her work. Multi-award winner in her own right, especially a little something coming out of Texas quite frequently as well. And that's fascinating. A Canadian Irish descent, a winner, taking out all the awards in Texas. I mean, this is brilliant. How the heck did you manage to do that?
Well, I got to keep keep it traditional, and Texas is a lot like me. Like the style that I sing is like Texan. I didn't know I was that similar to Texas music until I got there. The first year came home with 2 awards, and it was the Heritage Award and the Spirit Award. And then last year I came home with the Entertainer of the Year. Hold on, I'll let you see it. It's right here on the walls. This is the award I won last year, the Entertainer of the Year. And I'm nominated again this year, but I'm nominated for 13 awards this year. So I'm like really trying to take this all in because I'm not used to all this, being from a small town. But I never gave up. I did not give up. I traveled by car. The drive to Texas and back to Quebec is 6 hours up and down, and I drive that in a day and a half. I drive to Nashville. I do everything by car. So I think the more that they say you can't do it, it makes me want to do it. So that's why I've been traveling a lot to the States and wherever the shows can go on, wherever I can get known, I'm going to try it at least once. I mean, like, this is the part of the career that is not easy. There's a lot of road. You're a lot in motels, and, you got your suitcase and stuff like that there. But that's all part of the game. If you want to get known, you don't just sit there and wait for somebody to come and grab you. You have to get out there, and you have to explore, and you have to, I put in many hours. I remember one year I'd done 19,000 kilometers of road in 4 months. I was basically on the road all the time, and I put a lot of work into it. I put a lot of hard work. I'm not the type of person that's jealous of other artists. I don't put anybody down. Like, everybody got their little differences. Everybody sings a different way, but I never stopped. I just kept going and trying and trying and trying, and everything that people tell me, I always listen to others. Okay, let's try this something different. So everything that I listened to over the years, okay, move more, do this and that on the stage, I done it. I take all kinds of opinions and all kinds of ideas, and this is where I am today. And I'm not stopping. I mean, I'm nominated for another 13 awards this year, and that's in Texas and Europe, pretty much everywhere. So it's just, whatever I'm doing, I must be doing it right. But I stay simple. I don't have my head swollen and say, look at me, I'm a star or whatever. Stay simple. That's all I've ever done, was just stay the way I am around my little people. And with the fans, I'm exactly who I am. I never hide behind, after I'm done a show, I never go and hide behind. I go and talk with my fans. I sign autographs, take pictures with them, and everything that I could possibly do, because they're there for us. They're paying tickets to come and see us perform. We can at least take 5 minutes of our time to go see our fans. And it's going well. I'm loving every bit of it. And like I said, I'm not stopping now. I'm going as far as I can.
I get that. I really, really do. The meets and greets are very, very important. They really, really are. Believe me, that meet and greet could last a lifetime. Really, it can.
It does with me, because you hear other fans and you're like, oh my God, did you see other artists? They won't even talk to us. And every time you hear that, it makes the other artists feel bad. It's like, oh my God, do they think we're all like that? But that's what I've always done. I just meet and greet people. And I love meeting different people, where they're coming from and what's their background, all kinds, and just that 5 minutes of talking to someone, it probably changed their life forever, So if I can help them, I'm going to be there. This is part of entertaining.
Now, talking of entertaining, Tracy coming out of Washington State is asking, and let me set the picture here, the band's on stage, the lighting's going, the music's starting to get, the crowd is starting to really get up and run and get that energy going just before you go on stage. Do you get the butterflies?
Never. I never get the butterflies. I get adrenaline. When I hear the crowd going and I know they know I'm coming to get the party started, it gets my adrenaline. Well, I'll tell you how much adrenaline I have. I get on that stage. They call me the firecracker over here. So I get on that stage with my guitar. I play guitar every show. So I get on that stage, and if they're not screeching as loud as I want them, I'll get them going even louder to get my adrenaline going. And I'll finish a show, say a 3-hour drive from here. I'll finish my show at midnight. I'll travel back 3 hours of road to come back to my house, and I'm not even tired. I'm so still on adrenaline of my fans being happy that it just really gets me going more. If I see the crowd quiet, that's where I get more nervous because I'm like, this is not normal. Like, okay, what do I have to do to get them going? Because I don't like seeing people quiet. They really have to be rambunctious, you know? So if they're quiet, the song that I'm doing is not fast enough. Well, let's do another song that's going to get them on till they're up, and then I just keep them going the whole night long. So no, I never get nervous. Never. The more people I have in front of me, the more adrenaline I have. If I have a crowd, let's say, for example, 10 people, there I'm nervous. Because I know they're all staring at me. What are they thinking? But the more there is, you see the fun. Like, you know, I come in with anything, any kind of song that's going to get them going. And have fun. So, no, I never get nervous. I get a lot of adrenaline. A lot of, party time.
Let me tell you something. And I think you might find this amusing. Believe me, I'm very, very comfortable in front of crowds, large crowds. I understand the 10 people. I really do. But the worst one that's ever happened to me actually happened in this town, of all places. And believe me, I've been around the world and done some huge shows. Some of them have been up to a couple of 100,000 people in arenas. I've worked with some of the biggest bands in the world, and I've worked in some of the best recording studios in the world as well. So not only front of house, but recording artist, recording engineer as well. So believe me, I have had a very, very prosperous career, let's put it that way, as far as music entertainment goes. Maybe not as much as money goes, but, you know, being part of some of the biggest names in the world, literally, that made me very, very rich over the years. I've got to be straight up with you. But the worst one that's ever happened to me was I got invited one day to come and speak to a group of retiree business people. About 80 of them, literally, and they're all over the age of 80, you know, and they're all sitting there very, very intently waiting for me to explain to them how Galaxy got to be one of the best and biggest radio stations in the world, literally. And we are. We're in every English-speaking country in the world, some that aren't too, by the way, Pamela, and I don't know how that works, but I'm going to take it. I really am. But, you know, I'm standing there on stage overlooking all of these people, white hair and all that sort of stuff thrown in, not a word being said. They're all staring at me, and there's no music. Nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm in the stook here, because I can't do any of my typical jokes either. Believe me, that would be no. No, let's not go there. So I walked off stage. I says, excuse me. And literally, you don't have to bear with me. I walked on stage, walked off stage, went to my manager, and I says, bring in a couple of computers, let's whack up a screen here. And she says, why? What have you got in mind? So I've got all of this apparatus put underway. I'm standing there in front of everybody saying, bear with me, I'm going to explain everything. Just hang in there. And in the meantime, I get up a couple of computers, get a few of our artists, and we did a Skype interview, much like we're doing now, with a couple of my friends, so that they could experience exactly what made us the best radio station in the world. You know what I mean?
Great idea.
And I didn't have to answer one question from them at all. Besides, honestly, the guy who delivered us there, he was saying, oh, believe me, you know, there's a group of old people there. I don't know how you're going to go. He says, if you get nervous, just think that they're naked. In a word, horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible thought, because you stand up on stage, you take one look and you go, oh no, I gotta go.
That's where it comes to, I quit. I'm done.
Yeah, don't even worry about paying me, I'll pay you to leave. But that really, really did happen. But we got over that. I had to invent something to be able to give them exactly what they wanted to know without actually making a fool of myself in front of them by...
Yeah, really quick thinking. That was great.
Did it, and we did it in under 15 minutes too, by the way.
Good.
Brilliant.
You've got on.
Jimmy Fiano is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Jimmy. It really, really is. Welcome back, brother man. And looking forward to having new music from you this year. Really, really am. Today we're talking to Pamela Rooney, and you know, I know a number of music songs and musicians that talk about lines. Some of them are good lines, some of them are white lines, some of them are a guy dressed in black talking about a line, but Pamela, I've never really struck anybody that involves their mother. Tell me about Mama That'll Walk the Line. Tell me all about this.
Well, growing up, my parents used to be in a band as well, and their band used to be called The Exceptions, and I used to listen to my mom and dad, and there were songs they used to sing and all kinds, not thinking that, okay, one day I'm going to have my own band, and, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. So that song there, I've heard that years and years ago, but it was a slow version, really, really, really slow. Then I heard it by Leanne Rimes one time. I'm like, oh, that's so me, that's so me. Well, the day I went to record my song, the funny thing is, I went to record my song. I had all my songs chosen. Everything was done at the studio. I just had to go to New Brunswick at the time. That was before I was in Nashville. And I used to go to New Brunswick to record. And so I arrived down there, and then I had told one of my friends, other artists, French artists up here, the songs I was going to put on my album. But, you know, you can't trust too many. So I found out the hard way. Well, when I went down to record my song, I had found out they'd done the same song, but they translated it all in French. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't. I don't like having the same as anybody. I like being different, my style, my way. So I got down there, and in the split, let's say maybe 30 minutes, that was a last-minute decision. I said, listen, we have to scrap that song, because I don't have the same song that they're bringing in. That is French. That's the same time as me. And, you know, it's an English song to start off with, and I just don't want no hassle. So that was the song that pretty much came up last minute, Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line. But I say Only Mama Walk the Line, and they wrote it wrong on my CD. That's Only Daddy Walk the Line. So there's all kinds of stuff with that song. So I said, you know what, let's do it. Let's do that song same way as Leanne Rimes. Let's do it that way. Up speed, upbeat, and I said I'll put a little bit like shifting of the old country style into it. And you know what? That song there's a hit over here. Everybody loves it. And I'm like, wow, okay. So that's where the song come, Only Mama That'll Walk the Line, or Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line, because of my friends who had kind of, well, ruined my plans for my other song. But I'm happy because it was a hit. And it's a nice song. I like it.
You know, Pamela, 1,766 people have requested it so far, believe me. And
Wow.
to be honest with you, Pamela, I'm struggling to get through a breakfast show without at least seeing your name once or twice. Really true. You're right here at Galaxy. Today we're talking to Pamela Rooney, Only Mama That'll Walk the Line, here on Galaxy. Ooh, it's hot in here. I see Terry Van Cannon is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Terry. It really is. I wonder whose shirt I'm wearing today, brother mate. Mm-hmm.
Hot stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You know something, and this really is true. I've been doing interviews with people, and I've been getting messages left, right, and centre saying people are checking out the T-shirt. They're going on the interwebby thing, and they're buying the shirt and the koozies, the caps, the guitar picks, everything. What's going on? I don't know how you could possibly get any self-reliant advertising from me. I have no idea how that would happen.
Oh my goodness.
Joel
I just love you
Riccioni.
guys. You guys are so fun.
By any chance, Pamela, are you a vegan?
A vegan?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Have you heard my song I wrote, The Moose Hunt? I'm far from being vegan.
So
I'm a
you're
girl.
you're a meataholic like me?
I can eat meat breakfast, dinner, and supper. I love meat.
I've been trying to get to the bottom of a myth, okay? It's taken me a number of years, but I'm trying to get there. Have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
Yes.
Have you? Is it made of real vegans or not?
I don't know, but see, what I don't understand is all the animals that, like that we eat the meat, they're all vegan, so why can't they eat that? They only eat grass?
Exactly. Listen, I got a sign out the front of my gate at home. It says, "Vegans, bring your scissors. I got a full lawn for you."
Yep.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. I see Julia Riccioni is joining us as well. Nice to have you on board. I'm looking forward to meeting you in the very, very near future. I'm loving your work, really am. And Michelle Likely?
Michael Likely.
Michael, hey, I'm sorry, I've got dyslexic glasses on. I do. I have dyslexia, I do. If you spell it rightly, it says I have sex daily. Think about it. It's how you word it. All those letters all come together. Yes, it does say that. Figure it out, really. Pamela's now blushing. It's nice to have somebody from Canada looking that hot on a cold day. really.
Oh, there's so much snow out here. I gotta go shovel all night.
Oh, once you finish with me, all you have to do is walk up the path, and the ice and everything will just melt out of your way.
Oh my! Lay down, make snow angels. That feels so good. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Need to get over talking to Kiwis. I get it. I do. Believe me. So, I would love to know. Now, we started off this, and you were saying something about maybe doing world tours and stuff like this. I know that you're going to have a very, very busy and promising forthcoming festive season coming up. What's on the books? You got anything really that's going to be taking you not only around Canada and through America, but into the rest of the world as well, filtering out?
Well, I was supposed to go down for the awards ceremony. Hold on, I think it was in September. For 10 awards on there. I'm trying to think of exactly where it is, but I couldn't make it because I have to be in Texas the first week of October for the awards up there. I'm going to Florida in March. I have a week up there to do 2 shows in Florida. Then I have a lot of shows in Ontario, in Quebec, down where I'm from in Gaspésie, New Brunswick. So I'm pretty much, this year, I'm a lot in Canada, but in the United States I have 2 or 3 shows up there. But really I want to travel the whole world. I want to go to different places where they like country and want me there. I'm ready to go wherever. I was supposed to do a show last year in Ireland, and that was canceled. But we're working on that as well. So wherever they want me, I'm going. I'm going to be like the Johnny Cash and just go from country to country and just see everything. And I love meeting people, so wherever they ask me, I'm going to go. I'll be there.
You know, funny thought. Very funny thought. Maybe, just maybe, we might get you to play in India. Would you consider that?
I would love that. I'm all up for that.
Yep, I'll tell you what. Very, very shortly, Barbara and I are heading back over to India over the next month or 2 to start the first of a huge amount of radio stations. Going to be stationed not only every city in India, literally. Now, I did mention to you that initially we went to India to host some festivals over there, and Well, Jay does a wonderful job at doing just that, putting these festivals together. For the Lazy Indie, the Independent Music Festival, he's done 3 or 4 now, and literally every show he's done has had Galaxy artists on stage.
Oh,
True
wow.
story.
That's
True story.
great.
And yes, we were lucky enough to go over and host shows ourselves, which was, you know, the icing on the cake, but not really the reason why we were over there. Not that we knew about it until we landed, literally, and then we found out in all sorts of ways of this is what the plans were. Would we be interested in forming a partnership and putting some Galaxy-style, Galaxy-class entertainment in India? Now, the thing about this is Jay will want to do concerts in each and every city that we open up a radio station in. I did ask you earlier on if it would be okay to add your music to the playlist. Well, believe me, we're looking about 10 radio stations, so believe me, it's going to be a very, very busy time over the next number of years, but we would love to be able to include your music. Now, you've already been in the magazine, which is relatively important because we're only putting people on stage who have been on and in that magazine. You know what I mean? That's why I was asking you very, very quietly about the magazine, because I can foresee somewhere in the near future, because I know Barbara, and she wants to do some lady shows over there.
Oh, Barbara, I love you.
I'm 100% behind it. I really, really am. I think there's not enough lady and female, good lady and female entertainment hitting India anytime soon. I think we should do something about it, and we're going to work something towards it. So please, if you would consider that, maybe, just maybe, Barbara, in the near future, will be getting in touch with you saying, have you got a passport? No.
I got my passport. I'm ready to go. You let me know where I got to go and I'm going.
The deal will probably be like this, though, and believe me, this is the way Jay works, is he'll pay for your travel over there. She's gone. Okay, something happened. I tell you what, let's, I'll just bring up a song and we'll play a song. Hey, what happened?
I don't know, it got off.
Dear, oh dear.
Must be a snowstorm.
Could be, it could be.
We'll blame the snowstorm.
Okay, yeah, we'll blame the snowstorm, but I tell you what, we'll just come. I had to put in a song while you were coming back here.
Don't go on, don't turn it up.
Everything just stopped.
Yeah.
Hold off.
So I'll just come out of that, okay? And we'll go back to what we were doing.
It's Facebook will mute it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to turn it up in the first place. I know that. All right, so let me explain. Well, that was interesting. I've got to be honest with you. Haven't had too many of those happen. You know, most people will actually do let me know that I'm, you know, out of line and before they hang up on me. But this time, not so much.
Now I'm really blushing.
Not so much. So that was Steve Miliband and, of course, Mercury Blues there. We were talking to our new member of Galaxy family. And by the way, we call our family here, we don't call them the army and we don't call them anything, you know, which may denote anything that is unnice. We actually do call them the noise. And believe me, they... Yeah, they have a voice, my friend. They really, really do. And that's how we structure our shows. A lot of our shows, especially the breakfast show, which is 100% Galaxy artists. Got to let you know, Pamela, Barbara gets about 200 submissions a day on music. So we've got to literally... Now, is that turned down? We've got to literally be very, very vicious. Barbara is... You know, believe me, if it's not up to par, it's not going to get anywhere close, if you know what I mean. Once gets past Barbara, and believe me, we've only got a certain amount of time and a certain amount of time slots, if you want to put it like that, that we can actually do these interviews with the rest of the crews and everything doing their own shows. So we're very limited to how many people we can do. So we
Right, yeah.
literally, and I'm going to tell you this now, we only play the best indie artists in the world.
Oh, you guys are so amazing. Thank you very much for just even taking the time with me. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everything, eh?
Well, believe me, not only does the crew here think that you're very, very worthy, and you did have to get past the board as well. You know, they're only, and there's 15 people in the board every month. They get together and they review everything we do and stuff like that. Their only interest, really, because none of them are from a radio background in any way, shape or form. In fact, I think a couple of them might be accountants, which is really weird. And not ours, which is even weird.
But you've got a great team. But I'm telling you, you've got a great team for sure.
The thing is, their only concern is image. You know what I mean? And I think that's wacky in its own right, because now it comes to me, and believe me, I'm no good for anybody's image at all. I mean, come on. I got the perfect face for radio. Let's put it like that. But, you know, well, William Odell Hughes is joining us. Nice to have William with us. It's been a pleasure and a while since we've caught up. I hope we're going to have to catch up again in the very, very next few months. Literally, a Happy New Year to you too, by the way. By the way, Pamela, you know, in case I haven't said it before, happy 25 to you. It's nice to have you into...
Thank you, thank you.
The first 25 years of the 2000s. That went quick, didn't it?
That went quick, I tell ya.
Yeah.
And you know what? This year is going to be the good year because my birthday's on the 25th and it's the 2025, so it's all a reason for something, right?
Right, absolutely. I mean, out comes the pyro now. Believe me, it's time to party. Yeah, I hope I get an invitation now, actually. Nice. Put it in the mail. Let me know where I'm heading. Tell me that. One of my faves, and I got to be honest with you, this is on my rotate pretty often in my car right now. It really, really is. And it was the first track that I heard of yours. And believe me, I didn't get any information at all. I never do. All Barbara gives me is a USB device that I Bluetooth to my stereo in my car. There's a couple of good reasons why I listen to it in my car. First reason is nobody else can influence me on whether or not I want to do the interviews. You know what I mean? I've got a pretty good stereo in my car. Pamela, the other reason why I do it in my car is nobody else wants to drive with me. But it's true. It is true. It really, really is. I like to go sideways. They don't, apparently. So, okay. Anyway, I heard this particular track for the very first time, and as I say to you, I listen to music every day. I hear bands, I speak to artists every day. But this track stood out to me, and I went back to Barbara and said, I want to know more. As soon as I say that, she knows I'm interested in doing an interview. You know what I mean? Tonight, the bottle let me down. Barbara reckons it's a bottle of, what was it?
Moisturiser.
Moisturiser.
What is
I
it?
said I don't think so.
That song is a Merle Haggard song, Tonight the Bottle Let Me Down. And I am a true fan of Merle Haggard and those guys, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, and all those guys. Tonight the Bottle Let Me Down, I've been singing that since I think the first time I ever heard it, long time ago. And I've always sang that song in my shows, and I always make it faster than what it was. Like I said, that's what I do. And this song hit so big every time I sang it that the crowd used to call for me to sing that song, Tonight the Bottle Let Me Down. And when I started, I never start with the music. I start myself tonight, and then the band comes in. And when I'm saying tonight, they're all started. You could hear the crowd going, tonight. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And Tonight the Bottle Let Me Down, that has been my hit song for at least 15 years of singing, and I've never changed it. And I said, you know what, I'm putting this on my album because I have such a great reaction. Well, the last album, that album I came out with, Storms Never Last, it was all classics that I redone with shows that I'd done in, but except for that one that was last minute. But that was all songs that I do in my shows, and the reactions I get from each of those songs, that was put onto that one album because this is all they wanted to hear. So I said, let's put that on an album. But tonight, The Bottle Let Me Down is that one and Good Hearted Woman by Waylon Jennings. Those are the two biggest songs in my set list that I do, and I think I'll do that forever. They keep the old guys back and stuff. It's rare you hear me singing women's songs, by the way. I do a lot of male versions. I'm the only one here in Quebec, Canada, that's a pure English country American solo singer. And most of my set list, I would say about 85 to 90% is male songs. I do all male. It's just, I was never that type of singer to do female songs. It wasn't punchy enough for me. So I've always kept male songs. And Tonight, The Bottle Let Me Down, you'll always hear me singing that one somewhere along the way.
Absolutely.
So yeah, The Bottle Didn't Let Me Down. No.
Do you know what, Pamela? My favourite Pamela Rooney song is Tonight, The Bottle Let Me Down. True. I love this track. I really do.
Oh my God, I love that one. Oh.
How many countries are tuned in right now?
158.
158 countries tuned in. It's not bad.
Wow.
It's not bad.
Holy moly.
How many cities?
Oh. 6714.
Okay, 6,714 cities around the world are tuned in right now. It's not bad. I'm sorry, you broke up. What did you just say?
I said I didn't even know there was that many countries.
True.
I'm a singer, not a geography girl.
Yeah, there is. There is. As I said, we're in every English-speaking country in the world.
And sometimes I get the numbers mixed up.
Believe me, there really is. But the number you want is the one at the end of this. Okay? Now, let me explain that.
That's going to stop me.
Well, the thing is this. You see, we don't know how many people are in a room. Okay? Could be 1, it could be 10 people, it could be 100 people. I don't know. All this is the numbers of how many computer devices, the IP addresses, are pinging off. Okay? I'll give you that one at the end of this because, believe me, you will be really surprised. You really will. And let me tell you, it'll land somewhere between 4 and 6 million.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Whatever that was, it was good. You broke up there, but it looked good. Really did. So we've got...
Hi, Steve Smith.
oh, okay. We've got
David Crane,
Walking,
send me your
Talking, Living
music.
Proof, and we'll round it up after that. But please don't go anywhere once we've finished this because the crew are going to take some photos. Barbara's going to put all together into a movie, and you'll probably get it tomorrow, and or maybe a little late tomorrow anyway. But believe me, I usually say, fair enough, show it to friends and family. They'll automatically love it because it's you. But I usually say, show it to somebody you don't like. Well, no, honestly, A, it's a good boast, and B, well, it usually puts a fire under their tuchus, and before you know it, they're getting in touch with us saying, hey, I got a band too, you know. You know, you're right. I think this is definitely one of the Pamela Rooney faves of the evening. Tonight, The Bottle Let Me Down. And it's going to be a hit forever. It really, really is. David Krantz is joining us. Nice to have you on board, David. Welcome back. And Steve Schmidt. Hello, Steve. Nice to have you back as well. Really, really is. And believe me, Absolutely loving the show today, coming out of Quebec, English-speaking Quebec, not French. I won't go there. No, don't do that. With Pamela Rooney, and believe me, it is absolutely fantastic to have Pamela. Now, I've got to ask you, Pamela, anything new coming out in the near future?
Yes, I was speaking to Kurt Ryle, and well, the new song that was supposed to come out in March, it's going to be on hold for a little bit until everything starts to take place. I mean, it's not fun at this time for a Canadian trying to get to America and do all kinds of stuff, but
I wonder
Kurt
why.
will come back. And then I'm going to Nashville, guaranteed this year. I don't know when because I have a lot of shows, but I'm going to be recording that one single that comes from a man, I believe in Ireland, that had written this song. And then I wanted to record a full album at the end of this year, before the holidays, before Christmas, and get a new album out with 10 new songs written by me and Kurt, if we can, up in Nashville. Lots of traveling. There's going to be lots of shows going on. There's not much really different. It's just go, 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 go. I work 7 days a week. I work at the Manoir, and I work with my music. But in the summer, I take the summer off from my other job, just concentrate on my music because, you know, it's not too often you see a girl my age that's working 7 days a week around the clock. So I kind of need time for myself as well.
Okay, come on, I see 17s working their butts off all the time.
Oh, yeah, if you're not paid for it, you ain't going to do it. But anywho, I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. Like another thing I want to do is get my merch out, like we were discussing a while ago. That I want to do. Travel a lot, do as much as I can with the singing career because that's what I do. That's what makes me happy. And so I was going to be on the road a lot this year and hope to see a lot of new faces and a lot of new friends. And let's hope I get down your way. That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
But I'm not stopping. Like as a performer that I am, also won Entertainer of the Year like last year. So I'm gonna keep being an Entertainer of the Year and being friendly and having fun and just traveling a lot.
You know
That's my
something?
future.
Funny you should say about coming down this way. We would love to have you down here in the Antipodes. We really, really would. Unfortunately, at the moment, we're a little tied up with another country, as you might understand. But you never know, Pamela, what might come out of it. Now, let me tell you this. We were talking about shows that Jay was doing, and he was over there just a couple of months ago in November doing a show in Trivandrum, India. Had a Kiwi band, literally, by us, on stage there, representing us as our ambassadors, stayed 6 months. They stayed in India 6 months. Currently, they are sitting in England, doing shows over in England right now, and getting ready to head on back to Norway to catch up with some of our other bands over there to do shows over there. So, just surprising what comes from one thing after another, after another, after another, you know what I mean? And it all started by us meeting them, doing interviews with them. Before you know it, they're in India, they're on stage over there, and they're networking like crazy. They really are. So you never know. Having said that, you talk about Nashville quite a bit, and, well, we got friends in Nashville, very, very close friends. In fact, one friend of ours who currently is coming out of the UK, formerly of one band. I was doing an interview one day, and I says, he said to me, Grant, I would like to meet that artist. And I went, yeah, well, you know, he's in Nashville. You're in the UK. He says, yeah, but Grant, I'm going to the United States. Can you tee something up for me? Oh, okay, fair enough. So before you know it, Barbara's onto it. And she's very, very, very good at introducing people, you know what I mean. Before you know it, my good friend Nick is now in Nashville meeting up with a young man by the name of Ridge Banks. Today they have Ridge Banks in the Wall of Sound, and they're swapping music from one country to another. Yeah. Shows already booked out, literally booked out through the UK for this year. It is phenomenal what's going on. Just because of a chance viewing of me doing an interview with this man. I would really dearly love to introduce you to Rich Banks as well, because believe me, very, very talented man in his own right, and I think you two would get on like a house on fire, to be very, very honest. And, well, you never know, things might happen. You might end up on the show heading all the way over to the UK. May happen. You never know what may transpire just through the opportunity of meeting somebody.
That's great. And you know what? Another thing is the way I meet people is there's so many people that's so shy they don't want to. Oh my God, I can't talk to them. Too shy. But you see, you have to talk to them in order to meet them, right?
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, absolutely. Mark Willardell's joining us as well. Enjoyed the note that you passed on to Barbara this morning, Mark. I really, really did. Looking forward to your new work. And yes, we're great. We're fine. Thank you very, very much for asking. Love to have you back, brother man. Really, really would. Mike Butcher is also with us. Nice to have you on board. It really is. And
Any new music, Mike?
that guy, CC Critter, you got to watch out for that one.
Yep.
He's a little dodgy, that guy, believe me. It's amazing how my computer actually just turned up. It's been on all the way through. It's finally got there. CC Critter. It's the name of my iPad, literally. And usually I have all of these come up really, really quickly. I've been there ever since the start of the interview, and it's only just let me know that I've arrived. Yay! I'm there! I feel like Mary Poppins. I should get out an umbrella now.
You want some snow? I'll send you snow. You don't need an umbrella.
No, I don't want snow. Believe me.
No.
There is no good stuff comes from snow. Really. I don't see it. How's it practical? What does it do for you? Nothing.
You got to wake up early to go to work in the morning, and then you got to shovel off your car before you can get in the cold car, and you're froze already.
I mean, there is no good stuff with snow. I'm sorry. It's nothing but hard work. I don't like it. I don't. Walking, talking, living proof. Now, believe me, I get it, but tell me what the lyrics are all about. Tell me about this.
Walking, Talking, Living Proof. I never wrote that song. That song came from a writer in Nashville, Tennessee. And when I was doing my second album of the album Bring It On, I was looking for songs to record, original songs, and I couldn't write fast enough to get the album because when I decide I want to do something, it's now, like this year. So I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to do this? I only have so many songs written, and I have to put 10 songs on this album. What am I going to do? So there was this man in Nashville at the time, but for artists, I will say to other artists that's just starting out to be very careful because there's a lot of sharks out there trying to be your managers, and they're going to help you, and all kinds of stuff like that. This song here was written by this man, and he had another guy that wanted me to sign contracts to be, like, my manager and stuff like that, but I don't sign anything without knowing 100%. So I was young. I wasn't ready to sign no contract. I was doing well on my own. And he said, listen, he said, here, so I'm going to send you some songs and put this on your album. So he sent me the song, and I was like, oh, this will do. This is pretty cool. But then I'm thinking, oh, my God, do I have to sign the contract in order to get it or whatever? No. So anyway, he gave me the song, and I told him, I said, switch it up again because it wasn't to the way that I feel comfortable doing it. And so we had done it a different way with the band down here in Canada, and it came out Walking, Talking, Living Proof, and it was like about me and all kinds of stuff like that. So that song came from there, and it's fun. But, you know, I don't even think I sang that song once in a show because I have so many songs and so many requests for other things. But it's a really fun song, Walking, Talking, Living Proof.
Well, I got to be honest with you, it is your most requested track here. 2,199 requests since we've been playing it. It's quite true, it is. Here.
I have to sing more often then.
I think you may have to, actually, Pamela, I really do. Joining us live is Pamela Rooney, right here at Galaxy. Here's Walking, Talking, Living Proof. How are you feeling, Pamela? You okay?
I'm doing just lovely. All good over here. How you doing?
Oh, I'm great as long as you're not going to feed me any green beer on St. Patrick's Day.
No, it's going to be Bailey's Irish Cream.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't do green beer. I like my beer traditional.
Put food coloring in it. That's all it is.
Yeah, I know.
They told me one time, they said, Pamela, years ago when I was like 18, 19, they said, you're going to have some green beer at St. Patty's Day. And I'm saying, oh, God, what kind of beer is this? Like, oh, Lord, I'm not much of a drinker to start off with. So they bring me this green beer, and I was like all astonished. Like, who makes this green beer? All those with food coloring.
Do you drink Guinness?
I don't even think we have that here.
Seriously?
I've never seen it, but if they do have it, because in Ireland they were torturing me the other day when was it, a couple of months ago at Christmas time, and they're all talking. They had their Guinnesses, and I'm like, that looks really good, and so they're all cheering me. And I've never even checked if we have that up here in Canada.
It's like a third food group over in Ireland.
It is.
It is.
It's like rum over in Cuba.
I've worked with a couple of Irish bands. One of them came from Belfast, actually. You would know them, but I'm not going to mention their name, literally. And I went out to the pub with a couple of them, a guy called Bono and a guy called Edge. And they got me all stuck up on this Guinness stuff. God, it was the heaviest drink I've ever drank. Yeah, it's
Syrup.
like you need a knife and fork to eat the stuff.
Is it a thick beer?
It is a beer. It is. It even comes with a head. It doesn't come with a head. They send it back.
So it must be really thick, like kind of drinking syrup.
Yeah, it's almost like, oh, I don't know, you might know the name of it, maple syrup. It's
That's my favorite.
yeah, well,
Syrup.
almost the same texture, just
Oh,
liquidy.
Lord.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Pamela Rooney, coming out of Quebec in Canada. Now, Pamela, I've got to ask you a couple of questions just before we wrap this up. First and foremost is, will you come back for another interview in the near future?
Anytime you would want me, I will be there. I love you guys. You're so fun.
We would love to have you back. We really, really would. Second question, next time you're near a recordable 58, like a microphone, if you know what I mean, how would you like to do me some voice drops, some liners, saying who you are, and you can hear me on Galaxy, something like that. The more times, because believe me, the more times people hear who you are and they go and check you out, before you know it, you're starting to create a bigger fan base, everything like that. We would love to be able to promote you that little bit more, if that's possible.
I would love to. Just tell Barbara to write down exactly what you want me to say, and I will have that for you immediately.
No. We never encourage people to do the
Yeah.
same thing. We want people to be original. You know what I mean?
I will do that for you with pleasure.
That way it's always fresh. And it stands out. It really does. If they hear the same lines over and over and over again, they all sound the same. You never listen to them, really. You know?
Yeah.
And lastly, and believe me, this is very, very important, have you ever been a cartoon before?
What?
Ever been a cartoon before?
A cartoon? No.
Well, you might end up.
I gotta keep up to date?
Yeah, I think so. Barbara's very, very good at making cartoons. Literally, she takes the fun out of me every day, literally. And
We love Barbara.
believe me, she'll put it in the movie as well, if you know what I mean. So keep an eye out for a cartoon or two of yourself. I think they're fantastic. I really do. I love them. And a little weird story is that we're in between three major cities. We're in a little sawmilling town, which doesn't sawmill anymore. The government closed us down about 2 years ago, took our sawmill away. So here we are in between three major cities. And Barbara and I were in Rotorua, which is about an hour away from where we are. By sheer chance, I said to Barbara, I've got to go to the supermarket, go and pick up some supplies for dinner tonight, right? Barbara says, oh, well, I'll wait in the car. So while I'm in the supermarket and I'm standing in the line up, you know, for the checkout, this little old lady who's getting her cans and everything like that put through, she's staring at me all the time. Now, believe me, it's getting to the point where it's getting uncomfortable. You know, you sort of look at her, what do you get? So you smile and say hello, and she looks at you very, very grumpily and she goes, you look nothing like your cartoon. I mean, how in a strange city, in a strange supermarket, talking to a strange, how random is that, right?
But that means you're famous because they know you even from a cartoon.
Oh yeah, believe me. Her niece apparently is a big follower of what we do, and she, it was just like, that is the weirdest. You know what I mean? So believe me, had a lot of fun with it. So you never know. People may come up to you one day and say you don't look anything like your cartoon.
Look like your cartoon.
Really happened to me. In the meantime, please hang in there and we'll wrap this up. But thank you so much for joining us. We'd love to have you back again, Pamela. Really, really would. In the meantime, for everybody else, thank you for joining us. Why not join myself and Barbara tomorrow morning after 5 a.m. through until 10 in the morning for the breakfast show? And believe me, you might even guarantee it here, Pamela Rooney on Galaxy. Have a great day. Happy radio, everyone.